Good day, everyone. I am Matt Harrison, and thank you for joining us for this live stream of our away game against Real Murcia, which is just about to kick off in about 5 minutes. Originally, there was going to be 5 of us, and circumstances have dictated there's only 2 of us at the moment. So thank you for making it. Luke Chambers, how are you?
I'm very well, mate. The cold weather has finally hit England. I don't think it's the same as Marbella anymore, but
obviously I've got this lovely jacket which arrived on Friday, which I'm in love with, but I am wearing it because it's not warm outside here. There's sun, but it is certainly not warm.
I think we've got about 4 degrees and rain today, so I would still rather be where you are. Put it that way.
Yeah, my threshold has changed quite a lot since I lived here, so it's about 15 here, which is about probably about 20. I'm just guessing here, but in about an hour it'll be about 15. So, but
how
yes,
was the pre-game cervezas?
Yeah,
and tequila, should I say?
Yeah, I've been put in charge because Nick, I think he might be joining us later, and Alex should be joining us later. Chris won't be, but I've been out to watch your team, Tottenham Hotspurs, play, which didn't go too well.
Game.
It was a great game.
Great game.
Good. It was really good fun to watch. But yeah, I'm 4 pints in and a shot of tequila in, so apologies in advance for with coherence. We should probably talk about the team. Yeah, quite interesting, I guess. Like Murillo's kept his place as centre back. Manu Molina is back in. I think we expected Kevin to be back. Any thoughts on the lineup?
I can't really argue with the lineup at all. I think Murillo definitely deserves to come back in. I agreed with taking him out of the team after his man of the match performance purely because Einar and Monte have been so good together. But that didn't seem to work last week. So yeah, if Murillo on the team, and obviously we're always happy to see Kevin.
We're always happy to see Kevin, yes. And I thought of the last game we went to, which of course was the GearyCast meetup, I thought he was one of the ones that came out of that game a little bit better. There's currently at the moment having their team photos on the pitch. I'm happy to see us wearing our home shirt. I thought we might be in the lime and green. They're just putting the teams up now. Just quickly, as you're a bit of a groundhopper yourself, very impressive looking stadium.
Fantastic. Really, really nice. I mean, we were listening to the boy on the podcast the other night who said it's a great looking ground, but I'm very impressed with this.
Yeah. It's I knew they obviously had a big stadium because it was put forward for the 2030 World Cup bid, and it's not confirmed yet who's going to get it. My feeling is that Murcia aren't going to get it, but yeah, it's really like I think the only thing that shoots it down a little bit is it does seem to be in the middle of nowhere. Outside the city.
Could you see the Málaga fans then, Matt? They are kind of in it's like what you'd say a second tier in England, I suppose. In the top corner.
Yes, I can see them on the screen now. I think it's a 1-tier stadium though, isn't it? But you're right. They're towards the top.
It's a big one. I mean, I bet you're talking 25, 30,000 worth of seats. Although maybe about 10, 15,000 in maybe more 10.
Yeah, it looks pretty sparse in there, doesn't it?
It
doesn't look.
It does. But to everybody, please get involved with your comments. It makes us happy. It makes us enjoy the game. What are you all thinking in terms of scoreline? Matt, yourself, what are you thinking?
I'm not a big lover of scoreline predictions, to be honest with you. But actually, I don't even know how to call this. We should say that Real Murcia are 11th in the league, so they're not flying up the league, but they're an ambitious club, and obviously at home. I don't know. I'll be honest with you. I meant to listen to the podcast this morning when I went running, and I listened to someone else instead. And so I don't know what the Murcia guys said on the GearyCast. But what was
said off memory, they've got a few very good players. And is that And Murcia have a penalty 30 seconds into the game.
My stream just sort of
Froze.
Yeah,
mine did. I saw on Twitter earlier, David Picon put he's fearing for the signal of the app today, so it must have been dodgy all day. But 30 seconds in, and Real Murcia have a penalty for. It's harsh.
That's me.
Very, very harsh. He's giving it for a handball against Nelson Monte.
I can't see it. I can't see a handball at all.
It is very, very harsh. But
how's
again,
the refs? Like that is crazy harsh.
It is not the ideal start, but we obviously, of course, have got Don Herrero in the net. So we'll ignore the score predictions, Matt, because it's going to be tits up after about a second.
Yeah, come on, Don Alfonso. He's
I mean,
yeah, I know you watched it earlier. Obviously, well, actually, no. Perhaps we'll talk. Let's watch the penalty first. In front of the Málaga fans, I think, as well.
It is, yeah.
Bit of
penalty.
No,
I thought it's Sky. He got some serious air time on that, but that is a fantastic penalty. Yeah. Michael Phillips, let's get a bounce back ability with a 2-0 win. I don't think we're going to get that 2-0 win right now, Michael.
Yeah, you're obviously ahead of me because I was about 5 seconds behind. But you're right. It did seem to look like it was launched over.
What are you currently on, Matt? I'm on now. I'm on 2:20.
I'm on 2:13.
Right. So I'll pause. I'll
pause. No, I'm gonna reload again.
I'm on 2:25 now. If that helps.
Yeah, I'm on about 2:23 when I restarted then. But
that is an unbelievable penalty, by the way.
It's a brilliant penalty. I've just seen it again.
So what the Murcia guy was saying the other night was they like a lot of Spanish teams at this level, they had basically 23 new signings coming in. The team, they still don't really know the best team, the formation, etc. But by the sounds of it, and as we see now, they can be a very, very tricky team on the day. And I think if I remember rightly, Murcia was actually the favourites in the bookies at the beginning of the season.
Yeah, I remember their name coming up, but I remember it was them and Ibiza quite a lot, wasn't it? Because obviously Ibiza have got quite a lot of money.
Did you catch any of the Ibiza game this morning?
Yeah, that's what I was going to mention for the penalty. I couldn't quite work out whether Ibiza winning is good or bad for us. I
don't know. I do believe our minds are on playoffs, or should be. Right now.
I still think even them losing today, Castellón are gonna sort of blitz it, aren't they?
I mean, when we went to Ibiza a couple of weeks back, I do think Malaga played fearless. I thought they played very well and probably deserved the 3 points.
Yeah, I think so.
But I mean, I didn't realise, not including this game, but Malaga, for as well as we do believe they have been doing, and the run's been great, we've only won 1 game in 5.
Yeah. No, it's well, I've been
Roberto rolling around in the box. There seems a lot of sand on the pitch, Matt.
Yeah, that's very. It looks like I'm watching España 1982 here a little bit. Looks yeah, it was funny. As I put in our GiriCast WhatsApp group, I've been trying to put together the next edition of Malaga Gaga. Whereas last time I remember thinking, October's been great. And I thought, well, November's not been bad. But when I looked at the results, I was like, it's not great, actually.
Yeah, exactly.
And actually, I can see people are joining us. If people want, I've almost finished it. But if people want to suggest what have been the highlights of in November, and particularly things they've hated in November, because that bit of the fanzine at the moment's a bit bare, drop them in the comments.
Exactly.
I might not use them because I've almost written it all. But
Paul, evening to you, mate. And as you say, great start. I don't know. I think the lads are still on lot off the ladder from last week, it seems.
Yes, it's just they haven't got their foot on the ball yet. But I don't think twice now. That's a free kick, surely. I
will admit though, Matt. I mean, there's only 5 minutes in, but it seems a very hectic game so far. Very fast paced.
Yes, it reminds me of the first 5 minutes of the Tottenham Villa game I watched this afternoon. That was that was a pretty bonkers first.
I honestly, I don't know how. Well, I do know they can't put the ball in the net. I honestly thought Tottenham played great.
Me too.
And Villa are a really good team.
Yeah.
But then I think Tottenham looked very tired in the last 15 minutes. I don't know if that's part of the Ange ball thing or.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Villa towards the end. There was a few times with Villa where, well, they didn't even counter attack.
No,
they
it
just
was slow paced. Yeah,
only towards the defense foot.
It really was. But I mean, I put a tweet out just about VAR. I mean, you're averaging 2 and 3 disallowed goals per Prem game and that now, and you just. Funnily enough, me and Laura last Sunday we were walking around Benalmádena Marina, and we don't always talk about Malaga, by the way. But I just said we were walking, and obviously saying how great of a day it was with everybody. And then I was thinking, like, I think you've said before, Matt, as well. I love playing at this level. There's no VAR. There's no going into games expecting to get beat. Struggling for tickets, maybe just things like I just love this level.
Yeah, to be honest with you, I've always been a little bit like, I've not been 100% VAR, but I always said, well, it's it's clever, isn't it? Of course it works. I've always said over time I'm sort of for it, and I thought like we're still in the early stages of teething process and stuff. But after about 3 games in this league, I was like, oh my god, no, fuck it, this is amazing.
If the ball hits the net, celebrate, it's a goal. I mean, like today, I'm not saying that the Spurs and Villa goals should have counted. They're all offside, but it's the time what it takes. It's 3 and 4 minutes, and you can see clearly.
Really harsh as well.
It was. I mean, which one was it? It might have been one of Son's. You knew we were offside, but you're still waiting 2.5 minutes for a decision, and you can see in your eyes it's offside.
Yeah, it's like I said, I've just most of my football viewing is in this league at the moment, and it's been nice to have had that sort of taken away a little bit, and just sort of knowing that this is how it is.
I mean, more for yourself being a home and away fan. It's quite exciting as well, isn't it? Seeing a few new places and hearing a few names, etc.
Yeah. Like, and it's like I think we've said on the podcast when, like we talked about Linares and being like, I don't know anything about Linares, but have we got a corner? Oh, we have.
I think once the B games are out the way, because they're the hardest to try and get motivated for, I guess.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Yeah,
but for me, these kind of games, Real Murcia, they're a famous old club.
I'm just going to prepare you. I've just seen a flash come up on my phone.
Have you got your phone on? Well, can we celebrate? This has got to be big. Malaga corner. In swinger. Goal!
You're obviously ahead of me. I've got my
Capitano.
Who is it?
El Capitano Gerardo.
Golazzo. Go bloody Lazzo.
He's run straight over to, who is that? One of the coaches, I guess. There's some big togetherness. I love to see that. Love to see that.
Yeah, actually, that's one thing you can't criticize this team about at all.
No,
they do seem to be a really tight-knit group.
They do. They do.
The stuff with Haitam, Kevin taking the shot. It's a nice little finish, actually.
It's great. Poor defending.
Going to knock my score alerts off.
Yeah. I do appreciate the happiness of knowing that Malaga are going to score, though.
But then it was funny because I saw it come up on my phone. I just flashed up 1-1. And I was like, oh, but it could be a VAR thing. And I had to tell myself again, no, there won't be.
No, we ain't got that.
Yeah, because basically my stream was going a bit mad. So I put the YouTube thing on my phone at the moment so I can see Mike and Paula celebrating there.
Yeah. I tend to have the laptop for us, the iPad for the game, and the phone for the YouTube. However, now, like we all know, whenever there's a goal, there's so much work to do involved in the Geary cast.
Yeah. It's good. I'm glad for Gennaro again. I think we've all had a few pops at him recently, and yeah.
How do you feel about Gennaro, Matt? Because personally, I think he still takes stick, which I do rate him. I think we're a better team with him there.
Yeah, I think the thing with Gennaro for me is I think when he has a bad game, they're usually horrendous, and I think that's the issue with him. Like you said at the start of the season, I thought he was really good, and then he's been really. I think he's been really bad since about September.
I think me and a couple of friends who they're Liverpool fans, we were talking about Darwin Núñez, and he's either a very good player or a very, very bad player. There seems to be no in between, and I think Gennaro maybe fits that bill.
Yeah, I didn't think I'd be comparing him to Darwin Núñez. I know what you mean. Yeah, there's no middle ground with him. Yeah, but the funny thing is, I guess the only one that's really shone in those centre midfield positions has probably been Sangali, who's obviously still injured. He's the only one I think has been consistently good. Obviously, I really like Danny Lorenzo, but he's been inconsistent. Gennaro has been. We've talked about Manu Molina a lot. I'm trying to work out where he's playing at the moment, if he's in a free or if he's a bit further up, because I've always had a feeling he'd be better further up the pitch, but up the pitch.
What do you think about Danny Lorenzo's season then, Matt? Do we think we're seeing a good Danny Lorenzo?
No, I think it's been disappointing, to be honest with you, because
I agree with that.
I think he was pretty good in the cup game at Baracaldo, the game I went to. I thought he was corner Malaga.
Besides the penalty, I think it's been a good start for Malaga. It really has. Really,
they've responded well. What's happening there? This is a corner, yeah?
Yeah, definite corner.
For my boy Joaquin.
And another good chance for Malaga here to potentially take a 2-1 lead.
God, there is a lot of sand around this stadium, isn't it?
I happened to hear on the podcast there when ball comes in. Oh, finish. Kevin. No, not Kevin. Yeah, Kevin. Gennaro.
You're way ahead.
Yeah, I happen to hear that when we play Intercity away, which I think potentially is what you're trying to get to. Apparently, the pitch is a real farm field. Apparently,
yeah. I almost went last year because where was I going? Oh, it's when I went to watch Malaga play Levante, and I stayed in Alicante the night, and Intercity were playing Barcelona, and I was like, shall I go? And it's a little bit outside of town, and then the stadium didn't look particularly inspiring. They were charging €20 a ticket, and I thought, that's
€20.
Yeah, and I think they were in the league below at the time. I can't remember if they got promoted this year, and I thought, nah, stuff that. So I'm quite glad I didn't go now because it gives me something new for this year.
To experience,
especially because like 2 of my away days so far this year, I'd been to Ibiza before and I'd been to Castellon before, so it's fun.
Have you seen, Matt? I'm sure when I look at the fixtures, isn't it like a Tuesday or a Thursday game?
The Intercity one?
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's the day after, it's New Year's, it's the 2nd, so it's the day after.
So it's definitely on the 2nd.
Yeah, unless something changes, because I'm spending Christmas in Southampton.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
And I've been debating whether to fly back to Malaga or just fly straight to Alicante, and I've still not decided that yet.
Because if my work plans change a bit, I were looking at maybe trying to get over for something along them lines. But I was thinking, well, it's not like Spain to play on the 2nd, whichever it is, Tuesday or Thursday. But yeah, I suppose that makes sense then.
Yeah, I'm probably going to come back to Malaga. Oh, sorry, like Malaga and Marbella. Have New Year's Eve here, or New Year's Eve, New Year's here, and then get my beloved 10 to 12 bus at night to Alicante and sleep on the bus and stuff. We'll see.
So that we've got in the comments, we've got an interesting Matt Butler, the Lancashire Gear. Evening, lads. What have I missed?
Okay. No, Malaga playing quite well, and sort of was it 2nd minute penalty? It was very soon, wasn't it?
Yeah, well, I think the penalty were actually given after 34 seconds. Yeah. However, scored 2 minutes. I mean, normally if somebody asks the stream 15 minutes in, have I missed out? The answer would normally be no, nothing. But quite interesting. Yeah.
Again, they didn't really show great replays of the incident, but I think it did hit. I think it was in Monte's hand.
Yeah, Monte. Yeah,
it was very harsh. It was sort of he was in the process of doing a block diving header, wasn't he? And it's sort
Yeah,
of
it was more of a reaction. He tried to pull his hand away. It was, well, I suppose when you're that close to the ball, it's hard to get away.
Well, to be honest with you, it's one of those ones you'd think the ref doesn't usually notice, and in like the Premier League, it would go to VAR, and
Yeah.
you don't have VAR, and the ref is spotting it. It looked harsh. But what you did miss, Matt, was a very a brilliant penalty. It was a really good penalty.
Yeah, either way, whether it was or wasn't, it was a great penalty.
Kevin Pressman did.
Kevin Pressman.
A
bit of a legend to quite a lot of people around these areas.
Well, I was going to say, who was it? It was Oliver Norwood, wasn't it? His penalty for Sheffield United must be one of the best penalties I've seen in years. Was it last? Yeah, the game before the international break. They beat Brighton.
Wolves, I think, were it Wolves?
Yeah, Wolves. It was Wolves. That's right. Yeah.
Ollie Norwood, just going off boil from Malaga. Ollie Norwood, because my family's Man United, so I grew up with MUTV when they had that, and every Saturday morning before I played, I'd watch Man United under 18s, and Ollie Norwood were the closest thing to David Beckham I ever saw. He was unbelievable.
I once had beers with his uncle in Accrington.
You know everybody. You have a story with everybody.
Yeah, but it was funny. His uncle was telling me, I couldn't, there was nothing visible, but his uncle was telling me, like, the uncle, was once the best disabled goalie in the country.
And that's some claim.
Yeah.
That's a real claim.
So I don't know if, it was hard to follow, but he was saying, I think Ollie, I think he still might have been a Man United then. I can't remember, because obviously, like you said, he was a bit of a name, because obviously I lived in Manchester, and I used to go watch the 21s a bit, and I used to go watch City and United and the 21s a bit. I don't think Oliver. Actually, no, maybe not. Maybe Oliver Norwood was at Huddersfield then. I feel like
to fair, he did quite well at Huddersfield as well, I think.
Yeah.
This is an interesting position. Manu Molina, free kick from the wing.
Go on, man.
His delivery has actually been all right. That's one of his things.
Great. From Man U to Manu.
Nice. I personally think this game is hectic. This game could be 3-2, 4-3, anything. I think.
Right down a bit. It's gone a bit scrappier now. You're right. I think we're doing well. It is mad. The sand on the pitch. That
it really is, yeah. But it only seems. I know we haven't been close up, but it only seems down that end what Malaga are attacking. I didn't notice it in our penalty box.
Yeah. Hopefully they don't move the sand to the other half of the second. When you were, because I know you wasn't on the pod this week, I had a quick look at. Was there anything interesting to say about Real Murcia's team? And couldn't really find anything. I don't.
On the pod, I don't think they really did. The usual thing what we'd do in terms of current players to name.
Yeah,
they did say one or two players who are their key players, but I personally can't remember who it was.
Yeah, no, because it's usually I find like you go on the Wikipedia page and you'll always find some go down, but I struggle with this, and I'm usually quite good at that.
I'm just going to check, because surely a team like Real Murcia have got to have had over the years just one or two names.
I do remember them being in like La Liga Primera, maybe for a year. I can't remember.
Yeah.
I should say as well,
like when you say when you go on Wikipedia, it generally usually says former players have known, and surprisingly, there's literally none. There's not even a list.
Oh, wow. Okay. No, I've got a bit of a funny relationship with Murcia, because I think I've been to the city 3 times and I've never really. It's a huge city as well. I think I've got a feeling off the top of my head, it's like the 6th or 7th biggest city in Spain, and it's sort of overlooked a bit. And it's not I can't say I've ever fallen in love with the place.
No.
I remember after the Cartagena game, I went there for like a sort of night out again before getting like a stupid midnight bus, and it's sort of going, right, I get it now. It was quite fun, but it's not a pretty city, I don't think.
No. I mean, in terms of this, me and Nick a few months ago was actually looking at this game to potentially fly into Alicante, make the trip, etc. But the kickoff time, it's not a bad kickoff time, but like I can't change my shift tomorrow, etc. And if it were a Saturday, it would be perfect. But then obviously the away tickets thing comes into play, and so on.
Yeah,
Just seeing a name who plays for Murcia, but I'm guessing he isn't playing now, is the famous Pedro Leon.
Ah, yeah. I think I must have seen the same thing because I definitely saw his name pop up too.
Although I think he's about 38 now or something.
Yeah, I think I've got a feeling I always get a mix. He's either Eibar or Levante. I can picture him in those colour shirts. I can't remember which one.
Was during his career, he started off at Murcia. Obviously, that's why he's ended up here. But Levante, Valladolid, Getafe, Real Madrid, Getafe again for quite a long time. Then over to Eibar for 5 seasons. So yeah, it'll be the Eibar you'll be remembering. But he's actually got in 42 appearances for Murcia. He's got 15 goals. So
that's good.
I don't know if he's injured or if we've just totally missed the fact that he's playing back. I can't say that I've noticed. Surely he would have taken the penalty.
I think I might have tweeted about this, or I might have even mentioned on the podcast. I can't remember that. It sums up the level that we're at the moment. Is if you go on teams' Wikipedia pages, they're always so out of date.
Yeah, they really are.
I've done this like, oh my god, this player plays for them, and then I've prepared all these notes for the podcast. And the last I was like, oh no, he's now playing. I don't know, in San Fernando or something.
Exactly the same. I tend to do my work on Wikipedia and then my squad on Sofa Scores.
Yeah.
And try and work things out.
And it's quite cool. I don't know if you know Alex Brotherton. He does stuff for like Manchester Evening News and he used to do La Liga Lowdown. I think he still does actually. But I've been to a Malaga game with him. Really, really big Man City fan, top guy. I know he was at San Fernando today because I can't remember. I think his family live over here somewhere. Oh, sorry, he has like a holiday home over here somewhere. And he like in his tweet was like he'd been to watch San Fernando, and he went, "Oh my god!" And I saw Jonathan Biabani play.
Yeah. I think he must have seen a good game because I'm sure they won 4-1 or 3-1 something.
I can't remember. Yeah, I did. I think I missed the score bit out.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing, because I've not really paid attention to the teams around us. I've just been looking at Ibiza and Castellon and thinking, the rest doesn't matter. But
I think we are now 4th.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah, Cordoba's come out of nowhere,
and
we are. Although we're assuming that we're already in the playoffs, it's nailed on. We're only 3 points away from us.
Yeah,
so we really need to start stepping on.
Ram has just put in the comments that Pedro Leon is on the bench.
Well, thank you, Ram. Scores from today so far, Matt. You had Granada B 0, Baleares 2, which they seem to be in form.
Say that second team again, by the way.
Atletico Baleares.
It just sounded like you were spewing for something.
San Fernando 4, Melilla 1, and obviously Ibiza 2, Castellon 0.
Yeah, great result for Ibiza. Yeah, makes it interesting at the top for those two. Like you said, I don't know if we're going to catch those two. But again, like I think we've played both of them away. I think we should have beaten Ibiza, and I think we could have beaten Castellon. So it's a long old road to go yet.
Of course there is. And I mean, Castellon are obviously a great team, and when they win well. But I think they've lost 2 out of their last 5, which yes, it isn't. They're still a long way ahead, but it shows that they are beatable. I think our problem has maybe been we focus on other teams when we really need to find Malaga's DNA in terms of are we good enough?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
I think on our day, I think we can be fantastic, but we don't seem to have many of them days this season.
No, I think as good a day as we had, like you said earlier, was that Ibiza game. I think we were really excellent there, and they sucker punched us, and then luckily we had this good Moroccan winger, which we had for 2 games. It's now gone again.
Such a shame.
Yes, it is.
I mean, it's only when you think about it in terms of ourselves, just thinking back to the one what stands out, Atletico Madrid B at home. We scored a 94th minute winner because the goalkeeper were doing a cartwheel or something.
Yeah,
if that wasn't the case, we'd probably not sat in the playoffs right now and things like that.
That's true. that's true. Yeah. Well, but in that game we shouldn't have really been losing. I think we earned there.
Yeah. Just seen in the comments, Matt, a certain Alex Ashmore. Have I missed anything? Maybe the fact that you should be here, Alex.
There you go. He's here. Hello,
Here
Alex
he
Ashmore.
is.
Sorry, that's my
Part-time staff.
because I was watching the game. I wasn't manning the studio. How are you, Alex?
I'm good. A bit of a nightmare on the trains getting back. I was at Valdebebas this morning.
Poor Alex Ashmore, you've come from the UK where the train network's a mess, and then you turn up in Madrid and you have a nightmare on the trains.
I know, and there's strikes next week as well. Have I obviously 1-1. Have I missed much? Who's been a better side?
It's been entertaining.
Yes, been back. It's gone a bit scrappier the last 10 minutes, but basically they got a penalty in the first minute.
Was it a penalty?
It looked like a hit. Did we say it was Monte's hand?
Yeah, Nelson Monte.
But he was sort of like diving, headering, and it was really harsh handball. But it did hit his hand, and then we scored from a corner.
To be fair, we got straight on the attack, didn't we? Straight from it.
Actually, from this corner,
from this.
Gennaro, and he had quite a flamboyant celebration and went over to the bench to celebrate with them. We don't really know what it was about. He hugged one person in particular from our coaching staff.
In truth, Alex, you saw it coming, mainly because Matt had a notification saying Malaga are about to score. So we tried to act it, but then the streams were all out of place. And
well, I didn't act it. I said, "Oh, brace yourselves." I was about to take a corner.
But yeah, Paul Henahan answering you, Alex. You missed the memo for the live stream at 5. Totally agree, Paul.
Like I said, there's the Madrid transport system. We can't.
Yeah,
but I'm a bit suspect, Alex, because the transport system there's pretty good.
It is. So I left the Alfredo Di Stefano Stadium at.
Ooh, like you do.
Oh, here's with Carlo Ancelotti.
Yeah, Vinicius were a bit late to get in the taxi, so.
And you were like, "Sorry, Vinny, I've got to go. I've got to do a Malaga stream."
So I was watching the Femenino. They were playing Sporting de Huelva. Left at about 4:15 and got on the train about 10 minutes later. It was a bit of a wait. And the train didn't go through to my stop. It just stopped in the middle of Madrid. So I had to change trains and then get a metro and then walk up. And it's, not the best. But I'm here now.
That's the main thing.
Yeah, so you say like the centre of Madrid as if you don't live in pretty much.
I mean, to be fair. But then weirdly, I forget they say centre, like it dropped me off near... it's a station called Nuevos Ministerios, which is a bit in the north, and I live just south of the centre, so I crossed the busy bit.
It is a big old city centre, is Madrid, to be fair.
Alex, are you more Santiago Bernabeu or Atletico in terms of location?
I'm actually, so the Bernabeu is in the north part of the city. The Wanda, or the Civitas Metropolitano, is in the east, and I'm sort of south central.
You couldn't be further away from both, really. You're more Vallecas, if anything, aren't you? You're closer to Rio.
Vallecas is my nearest stadium. Even that's probably half an hour on the metro, maybe 20 minutes. I'm near Atocha, if you know it, Luke, the big train station.
I've heard of it. Yeah,
about 20-minute walk from there.
Oh, nice.
As Matt will know, we did that walk a few times when he came up.
Yeah, and like when I went out the wrong entrance or the wrong exit of the train station, I'll come to you, and I said, "Don't worry, I'll look out for you." Stay still.
It's a old station, there's loads of exits.
There is.
So, would you say who's been the better side so far, Malaga or Murcia?
Malaga maybe 60-40 kind of thing.
Yeah. Better seems a strong word there.
Yeah,
they've probably taken it up to the Murcia box a bit more. Not done much.
I mean, we're 30 minutes in, and
bloody hell, we are. That's gone quite quick, actually.
Yeah, Malaga seemed to take a little bit of time to settle. They're a hectic 13 minutes kind of thing, but since then, what would you say, Matt? 50-50 maybe?
Yeah, it's not. To be honest with you, like you keep saying, Luke, it's been quite hectic and stuff. But I'd say after the first 10, 12 minutes, it's been not great.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, we seem to be causing a bit of havoc from corners. Obviously, we scored one.
That's one thing, Matt. What we didn't speak about, talking in terms of the pod from midweek. I think the Murcia. What was his name, Alex? Because I keep saying Murcia guy. Gavin. So if I remember rightly, Gavin said that Murcia have actually got the oldest team in the league.
I think so, yeah.
And they seem to play for 60 minutes and then gradually run out of gas. And especially for the first 10 games of the season, Malaga, we were praising the fitness, maybe of recent weeks. Maybe not quite looked, but could be something we could pounce on.
To be fair, that is one thing. I'd say fault is probably the wrong word, but I couldn't overly criticize against, especially I give Alcoyano as an example. I still feel like at the end, there were certain players who were, trying, although the end product was pretty bad. Oh dear.
Good block.
Oh dear. Oh, how did he not score there? God.
What are you guys? We'll do the minute check again. Are we on 31:40?
No, I'm on 35.
I think we're a bit behind you then, Luke.
Right.
Yeah, Yorkshire Wi-Fi working.
I'm now on 45.
Yeah, okay. I'm on 46.
Yeah, Yorkshire. We are booming up north at the moment.
I just ticked over to 32.
32? Oh, yeah. So, yeah. I've just got. I thought you meant 32 seconds. Yeah.
So Murcia corner. What do you guys think about the where are we? The €15 flag anyway.
I love it. Where did you get it? Did you get it at the airport?
Yeah, no, from outside the ground where they sell the scarves and everything. I've wanted one for a while, and I came up to set up, and I thought, well, I didn't put that there. Laura's come up and set this big thing up. Well, I'll do it.
That's nice. Did you get yours, Matt? Is yours from when you first got here?
No, mine's from outside the ground too. It's the one, Alex. I don't know if you remember. I wore that flag at Cartagena.
Oh, yeah, I do remember.
Just the flag or other clothes? I mean,
nothing else.
I was like, I bear it all for Malaga. Alex's dad was a bit like, oh, this guy's a bit odd. But
was that Kevin's debut at all? Or?
No.
Kevin was at El Vicente then.
Yeah, he was. That was my plea to get him to come back. I lost my mind and was acting irrationally.
The man who trekked all the way to Portugal just to try and bring Kevin home.
Actually, to be fair, I think while I was trekking was when he left. So I think I was mid-trek when he left. And yeah, and I was like, oh, I could go watch Porto play. And I was like, oh, Gil Vicente at home too.
Yeah.
And it was really funny because I have no what Vicente is because it's not a place. It's Barcelos is the place. And I was like, I hope this up north. And it was like 15 minutes outside Porto. I was like, yes. And then Kevin was like, oh.
We were just discussing earlier, Alex, and again, the question's out to anybody in the chat. Did you prefer a beef for winning earlier, or didn't it really matter in terms of ourselves?
To be honest, I think if I was to pick either side winning, I think I would have picked Ibiza because, as much as I feel like we can. Ibiza's the closest. I do feel like I'd rather the pack stay closer rather than Cartagena run.
You need a target to aim at.
Yeah, we're not going to get top spot, but I'd rather them stay closer than pull away.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
And what are they? So Ibiza are now 3 points behind Castellón, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, so current standings, I think this is with us currently having a point. You've got Castellón on 34, Ibiza on 33, Cordoba and Malaga both on 26.
Okay, are we... what's the deal with? Because I know head-to-head we drew. Are we?
Yeah. So we've got. If it ever went down to goal difference, Castellón and Ibiza is far superior. You've got 21 for plus 21. Is it not? Is it all purely head-to-head?
I imagine Cordoba are ahead of us anyway in goal difference after they put 6 past Atletico B last week.
Yeah, and then 3 midweek, I think it was. I'll root to fair. I know. Here we go.
Oh,
Alex, you're now in front.
Sorry. I thought that got in.
I'm refreshing.
I was only just
So if we're on head to head, I know obviously we've still got to play each other, but if it say we draw twice with the team we're level on, does it then go to goal difference?
Yeah.
I think.
I mean, in terms of Castellón, if we can magically make back the points, I think if we beat them by more than a goal, that'd give us the advantage, wouldn't it?
Yeah, that's how it works.
Like we know, obviously, we drew 1-1 with Ibiza, so yeah. There's still a long, long way to go, isn't there?
Yeah. What is this, 14th game of the season?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you've got to think this season potentially is going to go on till nearly middle of June, isn't it? If we go away to playoffs, that's when those flights do get dearer. We've already been in discussion.
You'll have to you'll just have to come out in like, I don't know, April and stay till the end of July.
I'm thinking if we're in the semi-finals of the playoffs, I can start like a charity cycle all the way from Doncaster to Malaga, so I don't have to pay for any flights. Just deal with the pain all the way down.
What are you raising money for, Luke? Cancer research? No, I just want to go to Malaga.
To inevitably watch Malaga get beat in the final. But have a good piss up at that time.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, we're actually over again next week, but we've actually opted just for something different, a little bit because of the footy lad thing, what I do, the ground hopping, but we've actually gone in the posh seats, I'd say. Just paid slightly more. Basically, where you are, I know, Matt. Honestly, we were thinking. Basically, where your 538 is, the tier below, but to the left hand side, if you know what I mean. So more where Chris Marquez is. However, we will be doing the Bahamanos ritual and everything else. So please, we'll have a Patreon, hopefully.
Yeah. What we call that? Brigada de Sandwich de Gambas, Alex?
Say that again, sorry.
Brigada de Sandwich de Gambas.
Is that I didn't eat anything at Bahamanos de Madrid? Do they have food?
No, I meant the prawn sandwich brigade.
Oh, I know what you say. I know it. I thought when I hear Gambas, I'm thinking of prawn.
Yes.
I don't know. It's Brigada.
Oh, corner? No.
I think we're looking dangerous. We are looking dangerous from out wide again.
Are we playing what looks like a 4? It kind of almost feels like 3 at the top sometimes, especially when defense. I don't know.
It's definitely 3 up there.
Yeah.
I mean, in truth, when we're looking at it as well, there's one particular player what we haven't mentioned tonight who was not in the starting lineup, Dione. Is that maybe why we're looking a bit more compact up front?
Maybe, yeah. He always seems to drift out wide, doesn't he?
Too wide, very, very wide.
Well, I don't even think it's that with him. No, I think he drifts too deep. If anything,
I mean, we've seen him. He's like a bit of a wide, deep Harry Kane kind of thing. But sometimes where you're thinking, why are you so far back?
Well, I can't remember if it's the Alcoyano game or maybe the last home game where, like, I remember thinking like he was a right back for like loads of time. Yeah, I think it was.
Do we think? Because I mean, clearly he's been a goal scorer for a long time. Is Pellicer telling him to do that, or is he not understanding his position? Or I don't know.
I don't think Pellicer is punishing him for it. I've never seen Pellicer get off and go like, "What the fuck are you doing down here?"
Yeah. But then it also feels odd, like. Either Pellicer is telling him to, which is really odd, and it doesn't make sense. But if he's not telling him to, then why is he not telling him to get up more? It's just sort of
Speaking of coaches and managers, a big shout out to Murcia's manager, who looks pretty suave on the touchline.
Very nice suit. Very nice.
He does seem to league. Lots of tracksuits. It's nice to see a suit.
I haven't seen him yet, actually. What's Pellicer wearing? Is he wearing his usual sort of chinos and...
Yeah, that's cool. That's a good look for him.
I do always think that's one thing in Spanish football. You are guaranteed a very stylish manager or assistant. Sometimes Malaga's assistant actually outshone Sergio.
Yeah.
It's like who was it at Newcastle? Tyndall.
Tyndall.
Yeah, he's like the Tyndall of Malaga.
Unless it's Nacho Gonzalez, who always used to just wear the same tracksuit and big coat.
Yeah, he was not.
Is that Pellegrini?
It looks like Pellegrini.
Don Pellegrini. So since he's always spoke about other bits of football, Alex, what happened yesterday? Because as far as we all knew, Yeovil on fire.
Yeah, I mean, I've sort of read bits on Twitter, and apparently, we lost to Torquay in the cup last weekend. During the week with Chippenham, who are low mid-table, and then losing 4-1 to Welling. Yeah, I feel like we're quick to criticise naturally, as we've had last 10 years has been pretty shocking in terms of a Yeovil fan's perspective. But I think we've got to remember we have just gone 14 games unbeaten, and we are still 9 points clear at the top, or however many points at the top. So I don't think it's panic stations. I think it's more just that's probably just a blip in the road. I hope, but
you know what I think you need, Alex? I think you need to go on a podcast, which is a themed podcast around green football clubs, and talk about a glory period of Yeovil.
That's funny.
I
think that sounds like a wonderful idea.
Yeah, maybe next Monday.
Maybe even next Monday, just before there's too many more losses that come in.
Just noticing in the comments, guys, and my brother actually texted me something earlier about a great goal. I didn't know it was, but Michael Phillips says, "Have you lads seen Garnacho's goal for United? Oh my days, goal of the season." So I'm sure my brother texted, and it was something better than Rooney's. So I don't know if that was the acrobatic. He actually put better than Rooney's against City. So I don't know if it's.
Oh, and that's another relevant thing to mine.
There you go, Matt. Line it up.
Actually, it's probably one of my students is friends with Garnacho and tells me quite a lot about him, which I probably shouldn't put on here in case it's not true. I don't want to get sued. But yeah, he sounds like an interesting kid.
Yeah.
I almost. There's nothing like really shocking. Don't worry, but it's just a couple of things which made me laugh, which I'm not going to say in case.
And even Matt Butler's just put, it was a belter, to be fair, despite him playing for them. Obviously, being a former Man City fan and now Rochdale, Matt, I imagine, hates United, so it must be some goal.
How are they getting on? Are they winning against
No idea, mate.
That's just because my stream was stuttering. I don't want to open any more windows.
Yeah.
Comments
How
did Swansea get on this weekend, Matt?
2-2 against Hull, 2-0 up. Oh, shoot.
Man United 1-0 up.
And Spurs, Luke?
I'm not bothered about that kind of football.
But I enjoyed the game. I really enjoyed that.
It was a very good game. I mean, inevitably, with the amount of injuries Spurs have got, they're not. I mean, we've got next week when we're enjoying a lovely break in Benalmadena, we've got Man City away on a Sunday afternoon.
Oh, nice.
When's the Malaga game next weekend, is it? I assume it's a Sunday again, is it?
Saturday, yeah.
Well, actually, speaking of your little ground hopping thing, how patronising was that? I actually might stay in Malaga Saturday night and try and go to another game Sunday, because obviously they don't announce the kickoff times till quite late in the week.
Yeah. I might try. Well, I half plugged it to Laura about on Sunday morning when we're on a little walk. I'd love to bump into Benamayal or something. There's a stretcher it's for their player who doesn't look very happy about a knee, maybe.
Have you been to any Femenino games this year, Matt?
No, it's because it's always if I've had the option, I've always rather to watch a non-league, like go to a different ground. Nothing to do is like, I don't want to watch women's football. Nothing like that. I very much enjoyed watching women's football. I used to go watch Man City women's play quite a lot. But yeah, it's just I'm not like I was also considering going to that Nations League game on the Tuesday next week. This is the start of my 5-day holiday, because we get holidays in Spain, but because Malaga are playing on the Thursday against El Dense in the cup, I'd rather go to that, to be honest with you.
I'm off for 11 days. I love it. Yeah, it's I think I can't remember. There's 2 holidays that week. Is it the Conception and something else?
Well, we get Puente, so we get, like, I think technically the holiday is maybe Wednesday and Thursday, but they're giving us Friday off as well, which is nice. And then I have 1 more week of school, and then I have 3 weeks off. Nice. So December's like a write-off for me in work. Hence why I wasn't on the podcast this week, because that does mean that this week has been lots of report writing, lots of marking. I'm proofreading other people's reports, so it's been a bit of a...
That sounds...
I don't know if this will work. I'll trial run it, but where are we? No, it's not going to work. Basically, go on Twitter, type in Garnacho, and yes, some goal. And he even does the old "sue" after.
Apologies. The holidays are Wednesday and Friday. Ram is telling me.
Okay. Wednesday and Fridays. Yeah, it's Conception, and I can't remember the name of the other one.
Have you guys seen the GearyCast WhatsApp? Or Chris Marquez is currently sat in his neighbour's shop watching Malaga with him on a laptop screen.
He could have been, yeah.
It's got quite a nice story to it. He said, thought it would be nice to watch football with my neighbour of the sweet shop across the street, who is a Malaguista that couldn't watch due to no money to watch it. First match of the season he's actually been able to watch.
That is nice.
Chris Marquez, man of the people. Oh, that looked like a bit of a knock. Yeah, I think that is a booking.
That is a booking. That's definitely a booking.
Oh, my body's booking.
Danny Vega. That name rings a bell for some reason.
That does. Sounds like the name of a con man.
Well, with tackles like, like he meant that. He meant that.
Yeah, well, yeah, his elbow sort of smashed.
Yeah, that's very naughty.
That was a bit naughty, that.
Very.
I've only just noticed, because obviously we talk a lot about kits, but doesn't Real Murcia's shirt look a bit like a British Lions shirt?
I thought you were going to say Benfica. I thought earlier Benfica for some reason.
Lions is in the rugby team.
Pardon?
Lions is in the rugby team.
Yeah. That's like the British Lions, because they wear white shorts as well, don't they?
Yeah. I'm not a fan of the kit, to be honest. It's a bit boring.
No, I don't dislike it, but it's sort of...
There's Don Sergio.
I'm guessing their manager's this guy, not the guy in the grey suit. Who's the guy in the grey suit? They keep putting the camera on the black cardy guy.
Who's down? Is it?
It's hockey. Oh, no, it's not.
Is it Monte? Yeah, Monte.
Oh, God. That's
not good. This guy's...
I think he will be okay with that. I mean, that would very naughty.
And who's this guy?
I think that's Pellegrini's sister. I can see Pelly there with his polo, 2 great black jumpers.
Yeah, they love a black jumper.
I dare say the man in the really nice suit might be the...
He's ours. He's on our bench.
The technical guy. Me and Nick notice him every week. We've no idea, but he's the smartest dressed man in Primera. He'll be all right.
Still nothing compared to the Dolce & Gabbana trainers,
which we never saw.
We were just saying earlier, Alex, Pedro Leon plays for Murcia.
Yeah, because I remember asking Gavin in the week, sort of danger men, and he briefly mentioned Pedro Leon. I can't say, to be honest, of their squad, he's the only one that I know.
Yeah, we were saying.
Yeah, I said that as well. I forgot about him, though. I said I didn't know any of them, but I must have brushed.
Who did he play for? I know he's had quite
Alex,
a few.
He's done this, Alex.
If you were here on time, you would know.
Getafe the big one, wasn't it? And
right.
Real Madrid youngster, I can't remember.
5 years at A-Bar. Quite impressive.
Like I said, I picture him in the A-Bar shirt.
Yeah.
Because I said I always get A-Bar players and Levante players. So,
There's a lot of space on the edge of the box.
Yeah.
Who's that?
I think this is the first this season that we've gone into our 50th minute in the first half. Very Premier League-like. Surely this has got to be it.
We didn't have. Didn't we have a long added time at half time last week?
Quite a bit, yeah. To be fair, it felt a very long 90 minutes.
It did.
Matt, I don't know if you know more. I think we have, but have Malaga sold all 1,100 tickets for it, I think, or thereabouts?
For what, this game?
Yeah, have you noticed at all?
I don't think so. There was still, to the extent, there was still on one of the Pena WhatsApp groups, tickets being offered, and I was like, shall I?
Yeah.
Shall I? I kept talking myself out of it because, like I said, work's quite busy at the moment, and I probably shouldn't be getting home at 5 o'clock in the morning to go to work. So, and like you said, I'm going to go to Intercity and Ceuta at the
Yeah, that was very nice. Are they back to back, or there's not far between them?
There's a home game in between, but it's like, yeah, I'm going to try and do both.
I think they're about 700 according to Gavin.
Is there?
Okay.
Well, he said 700. That's what he reckons. Obviously, it's a sort of guess.
As the halftime approaches, Michael Phillips has asked, "How would you sum up the performance so far?" I would say just a bit meh.
Yeah. I think I've only seen what.
Well, if you ask Alex, you missed the last bit.
Yeah, you are. Yeah. This will probably end 1-1 now.
I mean, since I've joined, it's been pretty boring.
It's a game. It's been in stages, because I think in the first 15 minutes, both teams looked quite raring to go, kind of thing. But yeah, I don't know. I don't think any team's really got hold of the ball. Malaga's had some shots from range, but I don't think we've had the best chances. It's just shots from range, isn't it, really?
Oh God, that shirt really does look like a British Lions shirt now. It's put on the screen again. Even the sponsor, like a British Lions sponsor.
Go on, try and pronounce that name. It's called for Murcia.
Guarodzena.
Guarodzena. Need a basket expert in here.
All right.
Oh, he's a ghost.
Oh,
Well, she pulled all the picture down and everything. Well done, Laura.
After all she did for you.
Well, this could be a fun half time watching a DIY show.
Well, I was hoping you guys could hold the fort for a bit, because I really need the toilet. So,
you go, Matt. You go.
No, I want to.
Alex, talk Real Madrid for a bit.
Yeah. Who's the nicest player so far, Alex?
Say that again, sorry.
Who's the nicest Real Madrid player so far?
Well, I've only had an interaction with one Real Madrid player so far, and she plays for the Femenino. She's Australian, Hayley Rasso. She was walking past. I was working as a photographer today, and she was walking past where I was sat, and I said out to her, "Well played, Hayley," and she turned around and smiled at me. And yeah, but to be honest, apart from that, I haven't really had any speaking interactions with any of the players.
Alex, did she play for Chelsea or Man City or something?
Good question.
Is she Australian?
Yeah, she is.
Yeah, I think I remember hearing it World Cup.
Yeah, she's a right winger. She's really good. I'll have a look for you now. She played for Manchester City for 2 years, Everton for 1 year, and then sort of a few Australian teams, and a few times in America she's played.
Very nice.
She's played 80 times for Australia, scored 15 goals.
Yeah, let's keep
Yeah, she's a really good player. The Femenino team were fantastic. So the team they were playing were bottom of the league, so they're expected to win. But
what's the score, Warwick?
5-2. It was actually, so after about half an hour, it's still 0-0. And then with about 5-10 minutes to go before half time, Real Madrid scored like 2 or 3 in quick succession.
Yeah.
And then, I think it was 5-1. Well, no, 3-1. And then Real Madrid got 2 more. And at the end, Huelva scored a lovely goal, actually, a looping shot from outside the box. But no, it was a really good day out and great experience to get some photography in.
Yeah. What kind of crowds do they get?
I want to say It was the Alfredo Di Stefano Stadium where Real Madrid played their games before. It was the half on the other side was not open, but it was just the stand behind the dugout. So I'd probably say there were a couple of thousand, maybe. But they were playing bottom of the league. I think they definitely get a lot more for Champions League and stuff like that. But it's really, I think the main thing is really good to see lots of young boys and girls there watching.
Getting involved.
Really into it.
I think if I'm right, is it Barcelona Femenino who are by far the best, like in the world, kind of thing?
Yeah, Barcelona, leaps and bounds ahead of the rest. They've got last 3 Ballon d'Or winners. They've got the best squad in the world.
There was a lot of the Barcelona team, wasn't it, that like stood up against I've forgotten his name now, the Spanish football
Luis Rubiales.
Yeah. And no, it was the manager.
Oh, I remember
his name.
David something. I can't remember his name now.
But anyway, and so Spain won the World Cup without like a shitload of the best players in the world, which
I mean, is it Putellas didn't play? I'm trying to remember the others that didn't play.
Not so good with the names.
I think basically they all wasn't going to other.
Yeah,
literally.
In a way, it sort of made their protest like perhaps have less impact, because what they were saying was fair play to them standing up to it, and then they won the World Cup and it's like, well.
Is all the in Spain then? Obviously, you might say a bit more. Is all the Rubiales thing sorted now then, or?
It's kind of, I mean,
quiet actually. Now I think about it, I haven't really thought about it since.
No, that's what I mean. There's not been much said, so I don't know if that's just because we're over here.
They had that last round of internationals, or whenever it was, sort of shortly after the World Cup, where a lot of the players were saying, "I'm not going to play," but the new manager called it all up. I think
there was some sort of legal reason why they had to play, wasn't there?
They had to come along. They weren't allowed to.
They flew into maybe it was Madrid airport, and like the press were there, and they all just looked like basically told the press to fuck off, basically, because they were like, well, obviously we don't. I can't remember this. Yes, it's very sad. It's like it's probably the most sort of uncelebrated World Cup win ever, really.
It went very much under the radar, didn't it? Because of the obvious what was happening at the time.
It was like one sort of afternoon of we've done it, and then because I remember that was when I was doing the walk, and they, when I was stopping in all these bars and stuff on the way, you just like you could just get a sense that it was going to absolutely explode, and it did. Like it was probably like in regards of Spanish football, since I've lived here, it's probably been the most like thing that dominated Spanish TV since I've been here. I can't think of much else. It comes close. It was like when I first moved here, it was around the time of Wales Golf Madrid, and that was. But wait a sec, we have a guest. Hello, Chris Marquez.
Hi.
Hey.
Yay!
Hey.
How's the sweets? Have you got us all some sweets?
Look where I am.
Like a kid in a sweet shop.
Who can say he watched football in a sweet shop? Look, best sweet in all Benelux. Look.
Just is
this an advertisement, Chris?
Is it enough publicity?
Are we getting paid for this?
No.
Yeah.
So a very nice shop. If you're ever in Benelux, come to Chuches La Niña. Look, they have all kinds of sweets. Look, I mean,
it's advertising the sweets.
Look.
Yeah, we're looking, Chris. We're looking.
Advertisement of the week.
So they have those coconut ones.
Look. You see how empty it is.
Oh yeah. Is that you,
It's
Chris?
so empty. It's so empty because he sold it all. This shop is so great that it's.
Okay.
But yeah,
Have you not eaten them whilst watching that first half?
mate, who can? Did one of you ever watch football in a candy shop?
No.
Oh.
I can't say I've ever spent more than 5 minutes in a candy shop.
We did read out your text earlier, Chris, and it is a very nice thing what you're doing. We all
I
said,
know.
and that
I
looks
know.
absolutely stunning behind you.
I
Yes.
know. My street. When I'm in
Chris,
bed, like
Uh-oh.
all these lights, I can see them. They keep me awake, but that's fine because it looks stunning.
That
Chris,
electricity bill.
what did you make of the first half?
Not what I expected, to be honest.
In what way?
Positive.
I didn't expect the penalty after 5 seconds, and I didn't expect Malaga to score. Get him, Mitchell. And I didn't expect Malaga to score.
No. I think what was said on the pod the other night, the money was all aiming for a 0-0 result, wasn't it?
It's yeah. I said that in the Murcian show, and I said that on the Givicast as well. I didn't expect any goals. I expected the football to be at the center of the pitch. But I can only say Malaga looked great after the first goal.
I would say the last half an hour was probably what you predicted. I think it's been a bit scrappy.
Yeah, but still, Malaga looking very solid.
Yeah, solid.
How was your Thursday night media appearance, Chris?
Sorry?
How was your Thursday night media appearance?
A very nice show, very nice people. I'm assuming none of you watched.
I didn't.
Where to watch?
I was at work.
It was fun. Hey, I'm recording.
Do they know that you're on the Geary Cast, Chris?
They
Make
want to
sure
join
they
in.
know.
So yeah, no, it was fun. Nice, very nice people.
Good. Well, let's hope we smashed them out.
It was great.
Do you think it was a penalty, Chris?
If I think it was a penalty,
Yeah.
I didn't arrive home till the match was in.
Or maybe what you did see at the end of the half, do you think their player meant that on Nelson Monte?
Yeah.
Maybe a bit of an elbow. Yeah, it looked it, didn't it?
It looked horrible. And after, like, when the match restarted again, the ball went back and you saw Nelson Monte with one hand on his stomach. So he will be replaced.
Do you think?
I think. Yeah, I think he can't continue.
Who do we
We've got
have?
a bench, haven't we? So yeah, I think we've just said on the stream, Chris, that when Alex joined, we were like, actually, it's been quite good, Alex. And then since Alex here, it's been a bit flatter. There's not been so much talk about.
Do you think we can win, Chris? Do you feeling positive about getting the 3 points, or?
I think we can win, but then not real chances again, is it?
Yeah, true.
We don't get big opportunities, just a few shots out of the box, but not.
Those shots seem to be like, if we do score, I feel like that could be our opportunity. At the edge of the box, we seem to be getting a lot of space. We just need to, finish better.
What I do like is that the fact that if we can't take them inside the box or can't create big chances, our players are now starting to shoot from outside the box, which is
That's better.
Yeah, it's nice to see him shoot. Yeah, it's nice to see him shoot.
Yeah. Just try. Nice ball from Kevin as well, putting it back for Dani Lorenzo.
Yeah.
Good player, Kevin.
The thing you're wearing, Matt, looks very sexy on you.
Yeah, thank you.
I think
I will.
goes.
I think it's a bit different for you, Chris, but because when I've been to Malaga, like lots of people have got this. If you wear this around Marbella, oh my fucking god! You stand. Everyone has come up to me, like, or anyone I've known, anytime I've worked in the bar, walked in a bar, they've been like, "What's that?" And I'm like, "It's Malaga," and they've all wanted to talk about it a lot. It's when I went in Mr. Noodles the other night, the guy said, "Oh my," because I know the guy that there's like the delivery guy. He's like, "Oh my god, that tracksuit's amazing!" And he called like the girls out from the kitchen and said, "Come and look at this tracksuit."
It goes well with the away shirt, I think.
We have to. Still, those trousers are horrible.
Yeah, I've not got the trousers on. Don't worry. I think if you wore both, it'd be a bit much.
It feels very sort of Soviet Union Olympic style, sort of.
I've had so many different things because to me, like someone said, "Are you going to go drop acid tonight?"
Brilliant.
But I will say, they're like walking through, like I said, generally the perception's positive, but I have been offered a lot more drugs than usual in my life. Because you usually get people always go, do you want something? I'm like, no, but there was a Friday night. Fucking hell, it's like a slalom of just people offering me drugs.
Does that mean that you either look cooler or you look more sketchy?
Both, I think.
Okay, let's. Football starting again. I'm back watching it.
Great, Chris.
One more look at my street. And don't forget, whenever you are in Benalmádena, buy sweets. They have beer as well. Buy sweets, beer. You can buy the whole shop, basically.
Chris, ask him if he wants to sponsor the podcast.
Sorry?
Ask him if he wants to sponsor the podcast.
Read WhatsApp, Alex.
I will.
I'm going to read now. Okay.
So I wish you all a very good match. Love you all.
Bye.
Have a good day.
Bye.
And bye-bye.
There you go. There's Chris Marquez, the one and only. I'm just looking at the WhatsApp. I thought we'd got a sponsorship deal. I can't see one.
I've just had a couple of messages on Twitter come through from Don Keith Bell. Just talking back to Malaga flags. The famous.
That Willie Caballero?
That is certainly Willie.
Oh, nice.
I don't know if you guys can see that, but it basically says, best wishes, Geary Army, Forza Malaga.
Nice. I like that.
That's fantastic.
I didn't think
it's actually in Benza now as well.
Who? Willie Caballero?
Yeah, no.
I didn't think it would take too long, but on these live streams, we finally had a Willie out on the live stream.
It's only took 6 of 8 and a tequila, but
my bets were on Chris Marquez to get it.
Yes, 100%.
Have you recovered from
some sort of mad metaphor? Like Louis van Gaal when he did it when he was Bayern Munich manager, which I can't remember what metaphor he was trying to make there. I think he was trying to say you've got to have bollocks and put his cock out in front of Frank Ribery or someone. I can't remember who it was. No, Luca Toni. It was Luca Toni. That was he told Luca Toni to have more balls and dropped his trousers and chuck his cock.
God,
what a man.
So we're finally back on the way.
Yeah, we're on the way.
Obviously, I think we asked Chris, but I don't think we've been through it. Can we get 3 points? Do we believe?
Yeah, we can.
Monte come off.
Monte.
Yeah,
and Marquez knows his stuff.
He knows an injured. That's worrying. That is though, because
that's very worrying.
Oh, he's come off again.
He's
the graphics come up twice, so they've substituted Nelson Monte off twice and brought on Galileo twice.
Changed their mind. Actually, no. Let's keep him on.
Have you recovered from your tequila slammers, Matt?
Ooh, no, I only had slammers. One. I had one.
Is Willie buying you shots, or did you tell Luke about Willie?
No, there's a little Northern Irish guy that drinks in my local who Alex met, and Alex he's very insistent that me and Alex had shots with him. So he sort of offered me one, and I said, "Well, I can't have Patcharan because that will jinx it." So I had tequila again, which is nice. Come on,
good cross. Oh yes, yes, yes! Come on!
Who's that?
Who is it? Is it Aina?
Roberto? No,
Roberto. I don't know. I just saw
Murillo. It's Murillo. Murillo, I think.
Oh, amazing! I thought. So it's 2-1. Murillo leaping like a salmon.
I love that. Yeah,
Alex, I'm sure you're 5 seconds in front.
I think I am.
Big shout out to Alex Ashmore for trying not to celebrate.
Yeah, Murillo.
Yes.
Again, he deserve that. Can have Malaga up there.
Corners are our
he was
really
open.
We're the Stoke of the Primera. That's a great header.
You could not get more open than that. I mean,
great header.
Pretty bloody open.
we were quite good from corners, weren't we? So it's I'll notice it so much this year. Poor
Come on, perfect start to the half.
Kevin's off form because Kevin's usually the first one on the scene to celebrate, and he was miles behind the crowd then. I just noticed he's
Again,
in all
like we picked up on earlier, Matt. Like we picked up on earlier, the togetherness of the celebrations.
Yeah,
there seems a full unit with the squad.
Yeah, definitely.
Right.
It's they do seem like a good bunch of lads. You know, that's a bit cheesy.
No, they did.
Probably helps.
Nice.
Also,
Have it.
4-1-2. The bed die.
I don't know if you guys have seen this or made this comment already, but the camera's a lot higher than it usually is.
Well, yeah, because even for the
Huge
penalty,
stadium.
yeah, when the penalty, we didn't really get a great replay of the penalty because it was just basically this camera zoomed in.
Right.
Yeah, the stadium is a bit of a monster, isn't it? So,
How many does it hold? Is it
bigger than La Rosaleda? 31, I think.
Wow. Oh, booking for Hernando.
Hernando, yellow card.
All right, that's him off then.
It will be.
Cordero, I really, really, really like Cordero from what I've seen.
Is this is this the Ciunchu lookalike?
No, that's Recio.
Oh, is that
the
Recio?
Malagueño captain?
Yes.
Sorry, the Chico Flores. I said Chico Flores.
Cordero, Antonito, isn't it?
Yes, that's it. Yeah.
Who again? I think I met his uncle in Baracaldo. This guy came up to me and was telling me
story.
Oh no, because this guy again. Sorry, Alex, you missed. I met Oliver Norwood's uncle years ago, so I'm just talking about uncles tonight. But yeah, he was telling me his nephew was playing, and I thought he was talking about. I thought he was talking about someone else. But then when I saw El Desmarque did an article about this uncle going to Baracaldo to watch his nephew play, and I was like, oh yeah, that's the guy I met, and it was Cordero's uncle. He was,
nice lad.
Yeah, he just kept talking at me, to be honest with you, which was nice. He wanted to say like how chuffed he was with his, and I think I was just nodding. I think it was maybe Murillo's uncle. I thought he was. I think I definitely. Anyway, I got the wrong nephew, but I'm pretty sure I met Antonio Cordero's uncle. I was a little bit. I had a gang of people behind me shouting.
You had the whole Malaga fan group singing your name. So it was your day of fandom. That was
the Joaquin fan club.
I've just seen in the comments, Ram said I've met everyone's uncles. I'm trying to think of more uncles I've met.
You haven't met my uncle.
well, you know, I did meet. You know, I can't really say it out loud on here because it's not very professional. But I was with the dad of probably one of the most famous footballers in the world 2 weeks ago. With
that guy,
because his family goes to my school. But again, probably shouldn't say their name. But then I can't think of any of uncles.
You met Dan Burns' dad.
I was going to say, I don't like Dan Burn because I saw him score against Swansea away at Birmingham when he was about 19.
He joined Yeovil from Birmingham on loan.
Did he? I remember because we didn't know he wasn't like famous then. We're like, oh, their tall youngster has scored.
He scored for us in the League One playoff final against Brentford. How times have changed. Brentford,
He's a good guy.
Say again, sorry?
I like Dan Burn. Seems a good guy.
Yeah. No, I'm glad for him. But it's how times have changed. Malaga playing Brentford in the League One playoff final. They played Arsenal last week and we played Welling.
And Dan Burn, once upon a
Dan
time.
Burn's playing in the Champions League. Yeah. No, I'm happy for him. Really.
They seem a very dirty team, this Murcia team.
They do. They are a bit naughty. I was thinking that as well. Go on, Kat. Been quiet, Kevin.
Nice.
Nice ball. Oh.
Very Gary Neville-esque there, Matt.
Unbelievable.
DJ Jesper, Malaga had the third goal for me. Yeah, if we can get a third goal, do we dare say that the points will be wrapped up, or is this Malaga we're talking about?
I think now it's sort of, the game's in the balance. But I do think a third goal for us would seal it. I can't see Murcia coming back from two goals down.
Usually when you do these live streams, I'm usually drunk in a football stadium. So I don't know if these people talk a lot. I want to know more about DJ Jesper.
DJ, how do you say it? DJ
I think it's Jesper.
254.
DJ, tell us more. Tell us the Malaga story for DJ Jesper.
Tonight on the mic, DJ Jesper 254.
254.
I think I met his uncle once.
Do you know what the DJ's son is called?
I sense a joke.
Yeah, go on.
Eric.
No idea.
Or DJ's favorite pasta sauce, marinara.
I don't get
Alex,
these jokes.
go back to Real Madrid.
He's on his decks. It's really bad jokes. Really bad jokes.
You have just retired your Geary Cast career.
Yeah, I was trying to think of DJ jokes. I just kept thinking of DJ Campbell for some reason, which is relevant if Nick was here, because I'm sure Nick likes a bit of DJ Campbell.
Again, just going off Boyle a bit, but DJ Campbell wasn't he were a bit of a non-league star, got his chance, and he was great for a certain amount of time.
I've got in my head, and I might be completely wrong here and gone mixed up with something else. I think he made his name a Hazen Yedin.
Yeah, that's not a bad shout. Yeah,
I don't know, but I definitely someone I'm thinking of made their name a Hazen Yedin. Yeah.
Well, 10 minutes into the second half, obviously we grabbed that all-important goal. Do we think the performance has improved at all? Or I suppose if you score a goal in 10 minutes, it's inevitably yes.
Yes, I think it's much the same as the first half, really, where I don't think we're breaking forward again. Though.
You are half right, Matt. He made his name at Yedding FC before they became.
Where the hell did I?
Yeah, we'll give you a point for that, Matt. We'll definitely give you a point.
Played 386 times, scored 159 goals.
For Yedding?
That's a great record.
No, sorry, in his whole career. He played 88 times and scored 65 goals, which is pretty good.
How many DJ Campbell clubs can we name?
Oh, God.
Blackpool, Birmingham?
Birmingham,
yes. Cardiff City a little bit, or maybe because I'm getting it mixed up now with Fraser Campbell, who definitely did play.
Who had a hell of a lot of clubs.
Cardiff City is not one of them, no.
Birmingham.
Ram says QPR. Yeah, QPR, great shout.
Birmingham, QPR. He came through the academy at Villa.
I'm usually good at this, but
just to jump in, guys, a sec. Stevie Jackson's just joined in. He says, sorry, it's late. Hope everybody's well. We are.
Let us know,
Steve.
Steve, if you've met any footballers' uncles.
Yeah, any footballers' uncles, anything you said on DJ Campbell. It's the usual live stream. We have gone a bit random.
My dad
I did like when you said about 2 minutes ago, Luke. Oh, we've gone a bit off route here. Well, that was about.
Yeah.
My dad has met. My dad has met Yeovil centre back Jamie Sendles-White's dad.
Well, now that is a story.
Yeah, he met
that is a story that I wish.
That was having some Waterlooville away in the fan bar.
Actually, in the tavern about 2 or 3 weeks ago, I met a couple who's the reason they were in Marbella because they're Australian and their son was playing in Marbella for Australia's under-19s, I think.
Oh,
I know. I forgot his name though.
Against Spain, or
no? There was like a sort of youth tournament. Like they have a youth tournament.
There's been a few lately down there.
Oh.
Yeah.
Speaking of Marbella, currently letting the holiday treble down as they either got beat or drew today.
They lost 2-0 to Real Betis Balompié.
Was that a bit of a shock?
Andres Caro's team. Well, they're
Andres Caro.
top of the league. They're top of the league, Marbella. Well, they were before today. And they lost last week to San Roque de Lepe, which is just the other side of Huelva. So there's 2 losses in a row now.
The bubble has burst for Jack.
Yeah, because today, actually, I noticed when I was out and about, there was like when I first moved here, I used to see loads of Marbella shirts because they had this beautiful Adidas shirt, and you don't really see them so much anymore. But I did notice a lot of Marbella jackets around town today.
Well, a friend of mine, Matt, well, a distant friend, a few weeks ago, were in Marbella, and he texted me just saying, "Sorry to text, but when Marbella were playing in La Copa."
Oh yeah.
And he said, "Sorry to text. I don't know if you know, but can you get tickets?" So I went on Marbella's Twitter, and you could. I mean, like €25.
I feel like, was it on the podcast the other day? I mentioned my love for San Pedro's ground because I think they played in San.
I love San Pedro's ground.
Brilliant ground. This one I've been here a couple of times to the extent where I wasn't really doing much this weekend. I thought I might go, but they were away. There's a club called Racing Marbella who played at home last night, and for love, I just could not find out where their home is. They probably do play in San Pedro as well, and yeah. So anyway.
Here's Pedro Leon coming up.
Yeah. One thing what he did say about that game for Marbella.
San Pedro. Anyway,
they've got some ultras, haven't they, or something? They said the atmosphere were fantastic.
Oh yeah, there's like when I used to go to the old stadium. Oh my! Well, I don't know if I mentioned it before. The toilet paper. I told the toilet paper story.
No.
Where like when you used to go to watch because obviously the first year I lived here. There was the 6 months before COVID, and they played in the old stadium, and the old stadium is fantastic. Ooh,
referee.
Yeah, is it? Are they? Because I know they play in the golf club now. Are they moving back to the stadium, or is it under renovation, or what's happening?
I go running past the stadium. It's like a jungle, but the old stadium, like at one end, you've got like the mountains behind you, and you can see the sea below. It's absolutely beautiful. It's a big sort of concrete. Very quite like when I lived in Slovakia, it reminded me of stadiums in Slovakia, running track. But every seat would have a roll of toilet paper on it. And when the teams would come out, everyone would launch the toilet paper. I've got videos of me doing that. I hit a child once doing it.
Ram says under renovation, they say.
But I can't, because basically it got condemned. So I don't, as far as I can tell, I'm happy to be told I'm wrong, but
relax, get hold of the ball. Murcia seem to be having a couple of minutes of pressure here. 60 minutes in. Stand it up. Well done, Kevin.
Get rid. Pitch seems to be quite wet.
We've said it just seems full of sand.
It's sandy.
Oh, okay.
It's sand now.
Go on break here, Roberto.
I think one player I mean, he ran the ball out of play there, but Roberto's put one hell of a shift in on that front line again.
He's done well.
I'm going to do a refresh because I think I'm behind both of you again.
I'm on 61 now.
Okay, you're a bit ahead of me, Luke.
I kept refreshing, trying to get next to Right, so if I pause and play, I'm on 10.
Yeah, just 13.
I'm more interested in a football stadium. I'm
going to say Matt's gone now. Matt's gone now.
Ram says they did on their Twitter over the summer. They were trying to get it back to at least with a video of how renovation was going. Okay.
Oh well, I can tell you, I run past there every day. It's full. So I think their video might have been propaganda, but I hope they sorted it. But I think they've been told they pretty much have to knock it down and start again.
One for you, definitely, Matt, from Matt Butler. Have any of you watched a lower league game at any other grounds along the Costa del Sol? I've been to Fuengirola, Los Beliche, highly recommended.
Yeah, but it looks great. That's I almost went there a couple of weeks ago, actually. I think the two really good ones I've been to. I think Estepona's great, and obviously they're only the league below us now. It's like a proper stadium. And I think we've mentioned on the pod before, Torremolinos' ground. It's like a proper feels like quite.
I've seen it from the outside. I haven't been in it, but I'd love to watch a game there.
Have you been to a Velez Malaga game yet, Matt?
I've 1 second, guys.
Oh, you're ahead of us now. Oh
Not
God.
quite.
Now I'm excited. Kevin Donner.
Ah! Yes!
I've obviously not the alerts off on my phone.
Have you got the
Just
alert still?
Oh,
Fantastic.
right, I see what you mean.
As much as it does,
free.
as much as it does ruin it a little bit, Matt, it also makes us very, very happy knowing.
Well, I was trying to not say something, but Alex was asking me a question, and I was like, I wasn't really listening to his question because I was excited.
Well, you look, when you were sat there quietly, you looked quite like mischievous. I'm thinking it's not like Matt to do a big fart online or something like that.
Bloody hell.
Have you been to a Vélez Malaga game yet, Matt? Or
No, I've not. But, their chief scout has messaged me to go to a game. The guys,
Charlie plays now. Charlie Dean Jansen.
Yeah, the guys that do Red Men TV, because I think we've mentioned before, I'm friends with them. One of them got in touch with me and said, do you know Vélez Malaga? And I was like, yeah. And they said, oh, one of my best mates has just become, data analyst there. Is it all right if I pass your number on? Because believe it or not, and actually there's someone in the chat listening, I used to do a bit of scouting for a football league club, unofficially, which one of our people in the chat follows.
Rochdale?
It was Rochdale. I used to do scouting for Rochdale in non-league. I got drunk in Birmingham train station with the chief scout of Rochdale, and we were talking football and non-league. So I don't know. He said, like, you're mad. I think he said to me, here's my phone. If you see anyone in non-league, and he used to give me free tickets to non-league games to go watch certain players. It was good. The best one ever, the one. And by the way, Malaga scored. We should probably celebrate that a bit more. But I did message him about this kid called Duncan Watmore, who's the best non-league footballer I've ever seen. And then I said, "Oh, this guy's incredible." And
Middlesbrough.
Yeah, and I messaged him and he said, "Oh, I'll look into it." And then he went to watch Duncan Watmore, and he said when he went to watch Duncan Watmore, he said, like, there was Premier League clubs there, and he said, "Oh yeah, you're right, but this guy's like beyond Rochdale."
Struggled with injuries, didn't he, Matt? Massively struggled with injuries, if I remember.
Yeah, but he was incredible. And I think I saw him when he was like 18, 19, and he had like proper scruffy ginger hair. Oh, he was so much fun to watch.
Where did he end up going? Did he end up going to a Premier League
side? Went to Sunderland first. Yeah, he's in there now, but I don't know where.
Yes!
MS Pistol League is back in action.
Get in there.
Roberto.
Did someone put him in their predicted starting 11 at the beginning of the season?
Oh, he says it now. He's not scored.
I was with you. I was not here. I was traveling. For some reason, to celebrate and throw in bottle tops. I don't know why that.
I'm only just updating the 3-1.
Oh, God. When they centre back.
I think that's game
crossing. Daniel Sanchez. 4
that game over, guys. Is that? Do we say?
Honestly, I'm gonna say. I think I'm right in saying this. I moved here in 2019 and have been a season ticket holder since. I don't think Malaga have scored 4 goals ever in a game since I've followed them. They had 3.
I think the last time I saw them win at home in 2016, they scored 4 against Leganés.
Let's not get too excited. They could blow this and be 4-4, but
please don't. I've already had a bad weekend. Yeovil losing 4-1.
Is this we'll say both, is this the performance what we needed, or more importantly, the fact that we've scored 4 goals? There's still half an hour left.
No, this. I'll absolutely take this.
We need goal. Roberto, the thing is, all players are scoring as well.
Roberto's coming off. Juan Fernandez has come off.
Dione straight through the middle.
Does that David LaRubia come on?
Yeah.
I was really, really hoping we just took the piss and brought Loren on, but
Dione's come on.
Yeah, that's good. I'm up for that. If he
Dione and David Larrubia coming on for Juan
And also,
Hernandez.
that does mean, as we've mentioned on the pod a few times, that does mean that Dione is up front by himself now. So we're interested in this.
That's true. Yeah. I do notice the condition of the pitch. It looks quite poor compared to Malaga's.
It's been like it since the start, to be honest.
We've done this, Alex. We did this at the start.
You know, when you were complaining about trains and buses
if
around.
You were hanging around with this Junior and Australian nationals or whatever.
The worst thing, obviously, this is amazing. This is great. Why could this not happen last week when we was all together, drunk and happy? And then
get on the phone to Nick Bell. We're all coming out for the Baleares game now.
Oh yes.
Is that in February? Is it
first weekend of Feb? Yeah. I think we are. We're
can
actually
you ask?
booking it.
Can you ask Luke to say it though, Alex?
What's that?
Because Luke earlier just said, he just went.
I'm let to go Blair.
See, when it's me and Nick, we keep it very northern. But when I'm speaking with the Spaniards, I feel like I've got to just try a little bit more.
No, it was nothing wrong with your Spanish pronunciation. It's the English pronunciation as well. It was yes. And actually, if you say it quite quick in Spanish, it sounds like a bit of a nonsense as well.
Yeah.
No, to go back to what you said, though, I think on our podcast, that sounds really like quaint. On the podcast, like we've sort of bemoaned how like we're not very ruthless, and I think this performance has been ruthless, especially going one down. I don't think we've been brilliant, but
we're away again now. We're after more. We're after more.
Go on.
Go on.
This is shocking. Oh, how does he? Oh,
it's an awful pass.
How's he done that? That's awful. Go on, get your slab on that.
Get your slab on that.
I would be doing the live updates on the day when there's 5 fucking goals with half an hour still to go. Oh, that was not. No, were it not?
Oh, that looked nasty.
Hit him.
The two of them look nasty.
Hit him.
What's he doing? Why is he like pushing him on the floor?
God.
Smack him, Kevin.
Is this the kind of game where we get Kevin out now?
Oh,
where we think the game's a bit done?
That was quite.
Yeah, to be honest with you, if he's been injured, I would take him off. I think.
Who would you put on instead? I don't know. One of the youngsters on the bench.
John Rubio. Yeah, I don't know. I was saying that. I don't really know. Do we have any? I guess maybe Cordero and sort of, like La Rubia out wide.
We've got Victor Sanchez. Victor's on the bench, maybe.
Get him on Victor. Oh God, what it's gonna be great when he comes back.
I can't wait when it's Ramon's fit.
Yeah, I can't wait for Ramon. I really can't wait for Ramon.
It's just such a shame about Hightown.
Yeah.
If we had Hightown back, Ramon back, and Sangali and Juanpe back, I reckon we could push.
It's impressive to see, Ramon's behind, only Kevin is above him, obviously, but as my favorite. But what I don't know how to put. I don't want to be polite here. He's always got a bit of a chunky ass, and he's not
he's very he's big ass. Yeah.
No, but I mean, jokes aside, it does sound silly, but I'm be interested to see what shape he comes back in, because he's never been he's not fat, but because he's never needed, because he has no pace whatsoever, but he's such a good footballer. He's very old school. I think he looks like he's from the 1950s, Ramon, and I mean that in the best possible way. That's why I like it. Oh no, it's that Kev down.
Inevitably, Kevin is now down on the floor.
I don't think it's bad.
No, I think he's just thinking, "Get me out of here."
Yeah, he is. He definitely needs to go off, though, doesn't he, if he's fist pumping them.
I think this is a perfect time to get Cordero on.
Is that my flat?
Minutes.
my flatmate commenting saying he's got tickets, or one of them's got tickets to the Napoli Real Madrid game on Wednesday night.
Oh, from you?
No, not for me. No, for him. I wish we had, as part of our course, we had the accreditation rota, and I didn't get it for this game, which is annoying. But hopefully, I get a knockout game at some point.
Hello, Frederick, just joining us after freezing his toes off at Lillestrom, -9 degrees. Wow.
Oh, 4-all. Oh,
That's This
hopefully
is
that's not an omen. I don't want that to be an omen.
Tonight, Frederick.
Yeah, hopefully this isn't the second 4-all you see today. Who's this coming on?
That is Victor, isn't it? Victor Sanchez. Yeah. Victor, I'm sure.
Oh my God! I've only just realised the guy in the suit is the fourth official. I was a bit slow to realize. What an absolutely. But he keeps holding the board. I think it's the fourth.
Yeah, he does. He does.
Weird for the fourth official to be wearing a suit and not a tracksuit.
Yeah, I quite like it. And I was saying earlier, Alex, I don't know. I can't remember if you spent much time in Murcia when we went to Cartagena, because I've been a few times to Murcia now, and I think it's a bit of a shithole.
Yeah, I didn't really. I mean, I went. I think I was there for maybe an hour or two.
Well, like I said, I've given it a few more goals than that. Actually, I watched England beat Ukraine in Murcia in Euro 2020. Well, Euro 2020, but in 2021.
I thought you meant you actually watched the two teams play. And I was like, what?
Oh, no. It was on my ridiculous tour of the south of Spain when I just basically spent the summer getting drunk, working my way up to our pal Alex O'Brien in Barcelona, and slept on his floor for 2 weeks in Barcelona. Shout out to Alex O'Brien.
Sounds like it's a good trip. I saw he was in a pub in Cork watching Alcorcon.
Yeah. He's always on the Alcorcon Alex, as we used to call him. But we've not had him on the pod in such a long time. But, me and him did a mock version of the Spanish Segunda show on his balcony in Barcelona. But we were both really drunk and drinking huge cans of Estrella.
That was my local team when I used to live in Madrid.
I remember, yeah. I believe in his St. Lowe's local team as well.
Yeah, because I remember going to see Majadahonda play, and it was the game where Malaga played Majadahonda, and I think he was there. Because I think he lives outside Madrid.
Well, no, he lives. I've heard him say on the Spanish Segunda, the Spanish football podcast. He lives really, really close to Alcorcon. There you go, Alex. You'll be following in the footsteps. Alex O'Brien has been on Platini, played for Kuwait.
Oh,
he's done an episode. He did the League of Ireland.
This is all lined up. You've got to do it now, Alex.
I was playing 6-a-side on
Kerry.
And this guy from Cork, who's a Cork City fan.
As is Alex O'Brien.
Yeah. They've had a few good players. I think Yeovil had one of their ex-players come over.
Well, we did a thing on Platini, played for Kuwait about when they played. They drew with Bayern Munich in Champions League qualifying. I can't remember. It's a long time. European Cup qualifying. So, shout out to Cork City, who have that amazing shirt. The one that the amazing 1993-94 Cork City shirt is a proper holy grail amongst.
Is that the one with the Guinness sponsor?
I don't know. I can't picture the sponsor. I can just. It's a bit like the 1994 World. No, 94. There's that famous you type in Cork City football shirt. I'm pretty sure it'll be one of the.
88. Was it 88? No.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, no, that sounds good.
It says 88/99.
Yeah. Okay, that's a big difference.
Yeah, it's got a Guinness sponsor. It's the one with the sort of red.
Yeah, Guinness, right? It's sponsored by Guinness. Now you've said that.
No, I saw someone wearing it the other day. I think I might want to get myself one of those.
Any Irish shirt with a sponsor Guinness sounds a great shirt. So we called it. Kevin's come off.
Yeah.
Who came on?
Victor's came on. Maybe pushing Danny Sanchez a little bit forward, but I tell you, we look so dangerous on the counter.
Go on.
To be honest, push Victor forward.
Yes. No.
Oh, go on.
We take it.
We're good at corner.
Do we start the "We Want 10" shouts?
That was proper Brexit ball. That was the clearance from the
We'll
defender.
get a corner ball, and like we've said, Matt, we look dangerous from corners.
Yeah. Oh God, I'm definitely going up the tavern for some Patreon tonight, aren't I? Wow.
How far is the tavern, Matt? How far is it from yours?
10 minutes.
Yeah.
Alex knows. Alex has been in the tavern now.
I have, yeah. Saw I held Jonas Ramalho's shirt.
Oh, I forgot about that. I said I got Pam to give him Jonas Ramalho shirt, which is not hung up on the wall yet. So it's just
Whoa! Oh!
Oh my God!
These boys have been doing long range shooting this week because we don't normally do this. Tell you what, we've had some shots tonight. I
was going to say, if
shots.
they do another week of training, some of them might go in.
Shots and corner.
Steady on there, Matt. Steady on.
Oh, how dangerous again. These are dirty guys.
Ooh.
Fucking hell.
Oh, I think they're just a bit fed up now and they're just sod it. Foul.
You could say
we were saying earlier, Alex, as well, on the podcast the other night, they said that the Murcia has got the oldest team in the league and they do seem to get leggy, don't they? And like we said before, as you are aging, you don't want young players running round you. You want to kick them.
Yeah.
You could say they're not showing us any mercy.
The title of the... Did you say
no,
you had a title? Is that something else?
The title though, and it does fit if this stays happening. If the score, it's a reference to a famous 80s film, which has been turned into a Netflix series. Will be the episode, the title of this week's podcast.
I was thinking something along the lines of Amy Winehouse.
No.
They got me begging for Murcia.
That was Duffy.
Welsh. Duffy, yeah. Oh, bloody hell, shite me.
I'm begging you for Murcia. No, I've got a podcast title. I did put in our WhatsApp group in the week. I've got a great podcast title if we win. And to be fair, in fact, we're at the moment winning so emphatically.
It's looking likely, we'd like to say.
And because I'm in charge of the podcast, I'm not
it's my ball. It's my ball. Michael Phillips.
Unless somebody does throw out an absolute belter. And
Matt, you might have been in at the time, but Michael Phillips says, I've done the tavern. Great little pub, and Pam was lovely.
Everyone, every time there's a photo, I put on there, someone always responds saying, "Oh, what a lovely person."
Has it got a very British vibe to it? In that then, Matt, the tavern.
It's
Everton. Like a pub. Or...
It's an Everton pub.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, it's covered. They're the massive Evertonians. Yeah.
So I imagine. Well,
it's Everton. It's covered in Everton memorabilia, a little bit of, and then some shit I've given them. There's like a sporting pendant on the wall which I gave them, and but they have said there's like, as Alex would have seen, there's the wall of fame where it's like Pam having like with, I don't know, Ray Clements and all different people are drunk in the bar. She has said, I didn't push, but she said, I'm going to put that photo of you and Kevin up on the wall. And I know
it's made of.
She said, I know it's important to you. And I said, no, you don't really. And she said, no, we'll do it. And I said, oh yeah, go on then.
So I think it's our final sub by looks, but to me, 26 is Antonito Cordero.
Yeah,
coming on for 22, Danny Lorenzo, I think.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, who's this guy? Who's all these people with nice coats?
Very nice coat. I think the fourth official has just put on. Why is Spanish football so jazzy?
Very jazzy touchline.
But yeah, I mean, we've ticked many boxes tonight. Players getting minutes, players getting goals, more important goals, the team getting goals.
I really do think Antonito is very good. I'm really excited about him.
See the headlines now. Malaga come from behind to win 4-1.
No,
Malaga smash Murcia from behind. There we go. There's the headline.
As the podcast title.
Malaga smash Murcia from behind, leaving Murcia begging. No, that's getting X-rated.
Are you channeling Marquez here?
Yeah. Somebody's going to fill the void.
Malaga win the war of the Guiris.
Fill the void. Come on, let's get back to football. Michael Phillips adding on. I even watched Everton versus Liverpool in there last season. Great atmosphere. So, yeah, if it's an Everton pub.
Well, there you go. So if you're in Benalmádena, go to the sweet shop. And if you're in Marbella, go to the tavern. I can promise you that, as Alex will testify as well, that Pam is a great host.
I got to meet Jason as well.
Yeah, big Jason, the Swansea fan. Yeah, Alex even had a photo with Pam.
I do. Yeah.
Is it mainly full of locals then, Matt? Is it locals? Or
Yeah. It's one of those places where it's sort of locals, as in British locals. But, but there's like people that come on holiday to Marbella, like saying like people go to Benalmádena like 4 or 5 times a year. They always go there. It's always like you go in the tavern and Pam will say, "Oh, so and so's coming back next week," or "So and so's coming back next week."
Very nice, very nice.
Is that the couple that came in at the end? They literally just got off the plane and come straight to the tavern.
Yeah. And it's got the smallest toilet in the world. And I told Alex, "You won't fit in there." He laughed, and I was like, I'm not even joking. You won't, and he couldn't.
I had to go in the women's toilet.
Yep. Literally, like he's not the only one. If you are a little bit tall and a bit bigger, you do not fit in that toilet. It's like a coffin.
Does Jason fit in that toilet? Because
he's in the women's as well. Don't worry.
Then Murcia fans leaving. We can see you take it off.
I think
so. The women what normally go in the tavern, are they usually 6'9" or?
No, it's actually like space to take a step in the women's toilet. It's like literally it's a coffin with a urinal.
I could probably go to the toilet if I peed from the bar. Yeah. Like, the toilet. I couldn't stand in the toilet.
No, our favorite joke in the tavern is if someone says, "Where's the toilet?" and we point at the door and say, "Right, you go through that door. You go down the corridor, and then when you get to the stairs after the third door, you go up the stairs, and it's the third door on the left, and then you open the door, and it's." That's a classic. Oh, we're so funny in the tavern.
That's funny.
Just checking up there, guys. Sneaking back to the league table. I know it's all if, buts, and maybes. If we would have won last week, which we didn't deserve to, but if we did, we'd currently be sat 3 points behind Castellon. That's all.
Let's enjoy being 4-1 up at the moment.
Yeah. We've had some very, very hard times of recent times. So if we can't enjoy 4-1 away wins,
well, let's make it 5 first. But
yeah. I'd like to see a Dione goal.
Yeah, me too.
Although I think we have, well, at 4-1 up, you generally do. Took the foot off the pedal a little bit, maybe.
Well, yeah, we're taking our foot off the pedal, but I think like you said, we're counter-attacking really well.
Yeah, we really are. We really are. Another good thing, I suppose it's best to look at because it doesn't really count for too much, but it's done as goal difference well.
Yeah.
3 goals on top.
I'm just wondering, so just remind me, so we've lost Kevin and Nelson to injury, yeah?
I think Kevin's just, I think
Nelson's impact, isn't it? Nelson's got an impact injury.
Yeah.
Kevin's a little bit more. He looked okay.
Yeah. Do we know anything in terms of Sangali and Juan Day and stuff like that? Or
Sangali,
Juan Day, even.
I think they're doing off the field work, but nothing in terms of training. They haven't started training again. They've just been doing stuff, light work in the gym. Excuse me. And yeah, I think still the aim is for Ramon to come back in December time, mid-December.
Yeah. I mean, going back to what you said, Matt, regarding Ramon, I'm sure he's been doing gym work for the last 3 months, so he's going to come back hench.
but with like an absolutely massive, muscly ass.
He's been doing the leg press in the squat machine.
So like every time I see Ramon play, like he's a great footballer, but I always go, look at that ass. It's like huge. it's like Eden Hazard sort of. But it's a good thing because like one of my favorite footballers ever is Juan Román Riquelme. To the extent I have a Juan Román Riquelme,
great.
He is the ultimate arse player. Like he used his arse so well. So I'm not saying Ramon's the same. It is his middle name.
We can stick with that. We can call him that.
Juan Ramon.
Ramon.
What is that his first name then, or what?
Ramon Enriquez.
Yeah. Oh, it's Ramon Enriquez,
yes,
right.
And I think people, I don't know, like if you guys have forgotten, or I don't know, people like listening have forgotten, but I think was it like 2020 or maybe 2021? Like I've never seen it done since, but they did this like list of the best youngsters in Spain, and they did like a gold team and then a silver and a bronze team.
Oh, he got in the bronze.
Yeah, no, he was in the silver team, I think. So technically, he was like in the top 30 best youngsters in Spain. Like I don't know what the criteria was or who chose it, but
I can believe it. I mean, just going off. Just going off of Football Manager, which yes is a game, but he's very, very precise in terms of the wonder kid. But Ramon has always been very like highly regarded and so on.
Oh, he's like I think I've said. I think he's our best footballer.
Yeah,
I think it was him and Ivan Jaime when Ivan Jaime was coming through the ranks. With him. It's one of those good players.
I mean, players like Pablo Fornals and that, they've always, when they were young, they picked them out early doors and so on.
What did you guys reckon to what Samuel Castillejo said this week?
Brilliant.
I'll go with it. You know, when I see it, I'll believe it. Sort of
yeah.
Thing. There's all these players say this about Malaga, and I do appreciate it. I think there is some sort of truth to what they're saying, but I think when money's put on the table,
yeah,
it's very, you know, you do have these special players like what's his name? I can't remember his first name. Perez that went back to Deportivo.
Lucas Perez.
Yeah, lose for like pittance, and I think fair play, but that's rare. So fair play. Hopefully, he's one of those rare guys that does that. But
I mean, he's still young enough as well, isn't he? He's not getting on. His career's slightly downgraded in terms of now he's at Sassuolo. So
yeah.
Maybe one or two more bad seasons he might end up with us. Maybe.
Who is this guy in the suit that just seems to be flanking the fourth official?
The coat is back off.
Yeah, because he keeps passing him the board. It's like, I don't know, it's like a driving test, maybe.
Yeah.
And maybe he's supervising the fourth official. It's really weird, but he's cool. He looks a bit like Ten Hag, but smartly dressed.
Malaga really are looking comfortable rolling the ball.
And actually, just quickly, I'm going to use this opportunity while
dirty get.
I don't want to change my stream and stuff, and while people are obviously watching Man United, did Man United win in the end? Because obviously
2-0.
Sorry, Matt. Straight red card for the Murcia bastard again. What an horrible tackle that is.
It looked well. I'll have to see that again. It looked dirty. I thought a booking, so I'll have to see it again. But it's been coming.
They were never going to see the game out with 11. Is that Carrillo?
Well, they are like the British Lions.
Yeah, they are. To be fair, I'll give that, Matt. Definitely.
United won 2-0. I think Rashford scored the second.
Okay, well, I hope Malaga's brought them. Oh, that was just. I honestly think that was just really fucking clumsy.
Yeah.
Oh, 3-0.
The thing is, though, Marino got up, squared up, and everything, and now he's laying down on the floor.
No, and I've seen it again. It's that left foot, like
it's just a striker's tackle, isn't it?
But
at 4-1 down, does he need to make that tackle?
To be honest with you, I can see why it's a red, but I personally would give that a booking.
Yeah, I do agree. It's a naughty tackle, but
it's sort of been built in, so it's probably,
yeah.
Yeah, like you just said, there's no need now, is there?
Look at those Malaguistas up there celebrating again.
For fuck's sake, I should have gone.
Paul,
In fairness, as well, our form in general, results wise, has been good, but the away form's been good, hasn't it? Really.
Yeah, away we good. Yeah. Well,
In truth, in the last few weeks, we've probably played better away from home than what they have at the Oscillator.
I'd go along with that, definitely.
Yeah.
Like I said earlier, I think the Ibiza game is about as good as we've played in weeks.
I questioned Laura last week. I don't think Malaga have won when Laura's come to watch in like 7 games. So we thought it was San Luqueño next week.
You thought about divorce.
Yeah, pretty much. But again, to everybody, we don't just talk about Malaga. It's just an example. I bet people think me and Laura just live for, well, where is it this side?
They talk about the Costa del Sol as well.
Exactly. Which
And
is still waiting for Chris Marquez's next episode of the Costa del Sol TV.
And they talk about the McDonald's they bought and left in their room and didn't eat it.
Matt, right? Honestly, when you left,
I don't
actually, Laura, we went to Sherlock Holmes bar, and Laura said to Paul, "Where's your bag?" We all his shirt in whatever he bought. He didn't have a clue. So Laura and Paul went to the last bar we were in, and it was just sat there, and it was a busy bar.
Yeah.
But we can't even remember getting back to the hotel. Me and Laura.
I don't remember because I remember you two being there, and I remember people, but I was trying to remember who was there, and I was wondering if it was just me, you, Laura, Ian, and Paul.
And then Paul and Carl came just as you were leaving.
That's right.
Did Nick and that lot join up with you again, or did they go back?
No, they went for some food, and then I think they crashed after that.
Yeah. Me and my dad ate at the same place. It was very nice.
Yeah, so Paul's just saying there he thought Carl had picked it up, but I mean Carl was good enough to look after himself. Never mind Paul's bag.
I mean, didn't we were like getting into the stadium and you were ringing Laura saying, "Where are you?" And Carl took taken around to like gate 2 or something like that.
Yeah. See, I don't know if Carl just wanted some alone time with my wife, or if knowing Carl, he was just generally lost.
Where is Carl?
Also with Barhamanos, Paul walked by me. I think it was Paul. And Paul said, "Carl's locked in the toilet." You're like, what?
Carl was gonna join the live feed, but he's on the Murcia live feed instead.
He got lost.
And he's like, "Oh, there's a lot of new people here today."
Out of anybody, Carl would get locked in the toilet. There are about 15 Spaniards all waiting to get in the toilet, backing away.
Was that in? I can't remember what.
Yeah, Barhamanos. Is that it? Yeah, that's it.
Nice.
Murcia 1, Málaga 4. What a win! I think we thought we could win this. I don't think any of us would have put a bet on 4-1 though. The British Lions look gutted. They're wondering what's this football malarkey?
I think they played like the Lions towards the end.
Yeah, good. Like I said, I personally think that was a good performance. Nothing special. Didn't feel like a 4-1 performance, but
no.
I think we would do a performance where we were just really ruthless. And we've done that. Luke, you've been here since the beginning. Is sort of the same vibe.
In truth, I mean, would you have thought this score after 10 minutes, Matt?
No, well, to be honest with you, after 10 minutes, I could have seen maybe a 5-4.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's 4-1 away from home. I think it's, again, I don't particularly think we played great, but it's a great away performance. The counter-attack worked, took the chances. And again, one thing, it was nice to see him shooting.
Yeah, I think that is the
chance. Too many times this season, we're getting an area, then turn back, etc.
I was showing, what's this now? It's like
just some highlights, but
yeah. So I thought it was showing another foul because even at the end they put another dirty tackle in there.
Yeah. So just as a final recap on the league: Castellón 34, Ibiza 33, Malaga 28, Cordoba 26, Antequera 24, and then Ceuta and Intercity 23. So again, looking positive.
Who's next below? Who was next
below us? Cordoba, Antequera, and well, that's the playoffs. Us 4 in the play. So your playoffs currently is Ibiza, Malaga, Cordoba, and Antequera.
And how many points are Cordoba on? They're just below us.
Ev? Yes.
2 points behind now.
Okay, so it's 5 points to Ibiza, 6 points to Castellon.
While you guys are talking, I'll be back in a second.
So basically, we are 5 points in the playoffs.
Right.
So the next game, San Luquenio are currently in 14th place, but we are looking into that. I mean, Alcoyano was 16th. And again, I know you spoke about it midweek, Alex, but we didn't deserve to win, did we? We really didn't. It's easy to say we should have won. We had chances, but they I don't even know if they were the better team. It was just we wasn't very good.
No, we were awful. I think, it just disappointed before. I think it was coming. I think I'm glad we got it out of the way. This seems like a turn in the right direction.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully. Do you say it's just you next week? Laura's not going, is she? So you
she's this is the long weekend relaxing.
Who's he going to talk about Malaga with otherwise?
We are the Prawn Sarni Brigade.
I was going to say she's winning.
To be fair, for the Burgos game, we actually paid for some dearer seats, I'd say. We had 20 minutes and then fucked it off and sat up in 538 with Matt.
538 ultras. There you go. I thought.
Lovely. It's already out.
I'll do a proper video later, but here is 4 goals, 3 points. Vamos
Malaga.
Point is Patreon, by the way, guys, in case you didn't realize.
They all know. What a successful day, guys. What else can we ask for?
Yeah, successful day. Bit of a funny one. I still feel it feels a bit like, we've won 4-1. It didn't, like I said, it didn't feel like an absolute hammering in a weird way, but it was.
And we've got to be happy about it. But
vamos. Right. I guess we'll start wrapping things up. Is there anything we need to plug or say? I feel I'm sort of expecting Chris Marquez to pop up in his sweet shop, but I don't think he is. Is this what you do? Do you wait for me to
this is where you normally drunkenly appear and say, I don't know if you can hear me.
Yeah. And then I noticed Chris Marquez doing what? And I thought, oh fuck, that's what I do. Podcast this week. Malaga Gaga should be out next weekend. Nick will do the editing stuff. I've written most of it. Anything else to add before we wrap up?
That's it from me, Matt. That's it. So far as I know.
Thank you to you, Luke Chambers, for being on time and meaning I didn't have to just talk to myself for a bit.
Pleasure as always, Matt. The Doncaster lifestyle isn't quite as hectic as the Madrista King over there.
I know, and jokes aside, Alex, thank you for navigating.
Thank you, Al.
And making it anyway. And thank you to you guys that have listened and left comments and supported the live stream. Big up the podcast through the week, etc. And we will see you soon. Adios.